we're already admitting that aliens exist and that these UFOs are real and that we have been getting visited. So let's stop pretending like we don't know that's happening, and let's talk about now what happens after contact is made. And then there's a host of people that come on the show from various different areas of science and research and language and law and everything else to hypothesize ways that we can handle the fact of the point of after contact. We know it's here, we know it's existing, and mankind moving forward in collusion or collaboration with these people. What does that look like? And then, of course, you have Dr. Stephen Greer, who has a lot of documentaries on Amazon Prime and Netflix that have hit #1 multiple times, which talk about, for example, the newest one, The Lost Century, which talks about all these suppressed technologies that we're not getting access to, that have been discovered from reverse engineered, technology from these beings, and now have even gone into these new spaceships that even exist, that are, of course, whole technology that would free up mankind's problems for energy, for gravity, for water, and everything else. But they're holding these technologies away in these black budget, undisclosed projects. The 0 point is an interesting opportunity for us to really bring electricity and freedom to the entire planet. And so obviously once you get a third world country to level up and become a first world country, then, they're afraid that the power struggle will shift and the boot will come off that country's neck, basically. And so that's why the 0 point's being suppressed so hard. There's a lot of other things out there that we can be working on as well, though, like perpetual motion generators, which have never truly been fully successfully done, but I believe that they are possible. There's a couple that have been taken over by eminent domain by the government, so we know that they can be created. And there's one a rudimentary one that I created myself that literally generates electricity enough to charge a phone or turn on a light bulb. It's got a problem that I need to engineer with torque and gear ratio, right? But these things are possible. Imagine having a magnetic generator that once you start it, the only electric charge you need is a little kick to start the generator. And then from there, it never turns off. And it's silent and generates electricity nonstop. It's not completely silent, but it's, maybe, a half a decibel or so. And so these are things that can power people in the farthest reaches of even the jungle and give them electricity. And it's totally clean because all you have to do is just keep the ball bearings oiled every now and then, basic service to keep it running properly. And then, and of course, solar panels, which, like you say, harnessing the sun's power. The solar panels we have now are garbage. And I learned this because I invented this battery. It's a specialized AGM battery that can power a small house for about 4 days without being recharged. But it can also trickle charge from solar. And then it can also rapid charge when your power comes on. It's designed for brownouts. And through this process of creating this battery, I discovered that the solar panel I was trying to utilize only had a 15% maximum conversion ratio. And I'm like, 15%? Why is this not converting at 70, 80, 90%? I can understand some loss in the conversion process, but not that much. So I started looking. I said, maybe it's this product maybe it's this company I'm using. So I started looking for more solar panels. And every company I went to get solar panels, some of them were even 3%, 4%, 2%. I even found one that was 1% conversion. And I'm going, why are these panels not converting electricity? And so I contacted one company and they sent me the link to a government page. And basically it's a government order. No, it's a political order that they put into place. They got it passed a long time ago. And basically this bill bans the use of solar panels that can convert higher than 15%. And this has gone around the entire planet. There's no company that you can find on this planet that will give you a solar panel that actually converts power higher than 15%, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So they've got the boot on our neck, even with the solar panels. If we can get solar panels to do what they're supposed to do at 75, 80%, all of a sudden, you have all the clean energy you need. You can take a small amount of area out of Colorado where nobody's living, like a valley, and cover it with solar panels that have the right capacity for conversion, and you can power the entire United States for free. That's all we would need. But again, the powers that be, they put this limitation. They know this, so they put a limitation on solar panels conversion rates. So these are some of the things that, need to be bypassed. And, we're working on other technologies as well. there's a crystal that can actually store oxygen. And so this crystal can store oxygen, and it can also generate power when you apply pressure to it. So it can store oxygen and it can create power, or it gives off power or energy, really. It gives off energy when you apply pressure to it. And it can be utilized even in an air tank. So air tanks can be reduced by 2/3 the size and weight, and increase the amount of oxygen supply by 2/3 more. And it's just a crystal that has the capability of harnessing and holding in oxygen and releasing it on a steady rate. And it can also, the same exact crystal can release electricity or energy, which can be converted into electricity. So these are some of the technologies that we're working on, and and looking forward to bringing to open source. One thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to try and go for patents on this, because going for a patent would be a suicide mission, or they're just going to eminent domain your idea and throw it on a shelf, and it'll never get out to the general public.
If you like this video and you want to see more amazing content, go ahead and check out the next video on our channel.